On today's episode of Brew Tours, we tour Dale's Essenhaus in Walburg, Texas. And make sure to stick around till the very end for Dan's thoughts to see if this place is worth the hangover or not even worth the Uber money. PROST! Barbecue! First thing we see as we walk in is what you would expect from a great barbecue place. Things on the wall, just this great overall small town ambiance. Seat yourself at a table, just the smell of smoke in the air. I'm thinking, okay, we've hit something. And as we sit down, we're greeted by one of the nicest waitresses, Hannah. Thank you again, Hannah, for taking care of us. But remember, we're mainly there to find out if they have good beer too. Well, the good news is, they do have decent beer. Well, I would say this place isn't a place that a craft beer head would go to just to drink. They had an excellent array of domestic imports with a great selection of German-based beer like Warsteiner and Pollander. These are some great heavy hitters, some of my favorites, especially when I'm going to those great Oktoberfests, which I definitely will visit at this place in the future. After scanning over their menu, I noticed they got a lot of my favorites. Fried chicken, chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches. As you notice, I love fried chicken. Several different things to order. Kids menu, but I spotted their barbecue menu on the wall. There's Thursday special, and there was a 2-meat combo calling my name. I asked Hannah what she recommended. She told me the ribs and the sausage. She got me a side of red potatoes and butter and some collard greens. The food did not take that much longer for half a beer, and it was right in front of me, and I'm telling you, you got the portion size you wanted. Amazing food. The ribs were great. The sausage, you could tell, was made right there in-house, and they even told me that the red potatoes were grown by Dale himself, which is outstanding. Now, if you're a barbecue fan, I highly recommend getting into some of their food. Let's get to the beers. While the beer selection wasn't vast and amazing of craft beer, they did have a lot to choose from long necks to bottles to draft to anything you could think of between domestics and imports. And while most of you I know are going, but Dan, we have a local bar that does it. This place has the ambiance of the beer garden and actually a pretty decent selection in domestic and imports, while good pricing to make you want to get off your butt and go out there. With that said, they also have a great selection of German beers, which can give you a little bit of variety. My one knock would only be maybe a couple IPAs, but that might be a little too hipster for them and might take away from the ribs, and we don't want to mess that up. So with that said, I would say decent enough beer selection, because you can come out there and get a bucket of beers for 22 bucks. And I don't know where you can do that nowadays, folks. As I said at the beginning of this video, the only thing sweeter than the staff here is that amazing beer garden outside. As we pull up, I could just imagine Texans from head to toe, all the way back, drinking buckets of beer, listening to some great ZZ Top, eating some great ribs there. They did it right there with their setup. Stages, bars, everything, and buckets of beer again for only $22. And now it's time for Dan's Thoughts. Let's get into that beer rating. While they do have a wide range of domestic and imported beer, where they separate themselves from your local neighborhood bar is their price point and their German beer selection. Now you're probably telling me, but Dan, I can go right down the street and get drunk. I understand that, but you're not gonna meet the loveliest people in the world with the greatest beer garden and a bucket of beer for only $22. That's why Dan gives Dale's Essenhaus 3 out of 5 Dans for beer. I came for the beer, but I stayed for the barbecue. You know, I came there to get drunk and have somebody drive me home, but instead, I found myself sitting in front of some amazing ribs and handmade jalapeno and cheddar sausage, with a side of red potatoes grown from Dale's garden himself, and some collard greens, and a good old bun. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not a barbecue enthusiast. I don't travel the world to find the best smoked meats. Right? I highly recommend you make a trek out here to try these ribs every Thursday. They are truly award-winning, Dale. That's why Dan gives Dale Essenhaus's barbecue food 5 out of 5 Dans. And for Dan's overall rating for Dale's Essenhaus barbecue in Walburg, Texas, I give it worth the hangover. And if you enjoyed today's craziness, make sure to pound that like button, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, no brews for you! And if you have any brewing ideas or requests, make sure to comment down below. And let Dan know. Until next time, I've been Dan. You've been awesome. PROST! BBQ!